Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and I'm going to walk through my weekly planning process for the last full week of the 2023-2024 academic school year. I work in public school. I have a district-wide position, and so my schedule includes things like acronyms such as LE and UE for lower elementary and upper elementary. And I attend consultation meetings, quite a few, not so much this week, but in general, quite a few, and IEP meetings and district level meetings. And I also do a lot of observations. I am a board certified behavior analyst. And so I work with students that need a little bit more support to access their educational environment in the least restrictive environment possible. I also utilize a functional planning methodology, so you will see me use a pen and write on paper. I'm not adding stickers, washi tape, anything else like that. I try to keep it pretty functional. I use it almost like a bullet journal. This year, my time management and planning is in this Hobonichi home with all the cats. I do have 2 cats in my home. They are both orange cats. And I went ahead and updated the monthly and cruise boarding. I get to add. We are doing that at 1 o'clock. We did our online check-in for our cruise on Friday night, and we chose 1 to 1:30 as our embarkation time. Such a word. It's interesting that I find embarkation a weird word, but disembark, I don't. So I did update this. One question that I had is, in this planner, I've been primarily using a black ink. I started out with a gray and black at the beginning of the year. I phased it out to just use one in kind of the gray blackish family. This ink that I'm choosing, which is Diamine Tempest, happens to be a little bit more of a blue undertone. However, in the writing, you don't pick that up at all. So it actually, most of the writing last week and this week are using this pen. So my worry is not a worry. And if you watched my planning video last week, you will recall that I was feeling a little judgy towards myself for not keeping up with the weeklies. And so this week I did. Yay. All good things, right? So this is the weekly view in the Hobonichi Hone. I use this as a memory keeper. So after it has happened, I write it down. This is what I go to if I'm ever thinking about what did I do on this day, or there's in the fall, I have to provide the district a percentage breakdown of my time allocation per building. And so I use these weekly pages to get an idea of that percentage breakdown. And I look at things like, am I working on a middle school or MS project? Was I at the upper elementary? Was I at the lower elementary? So that's where I put all of that information. Now getting into the daily, I'll just pop over to last week. So this is what last week looked like. I had some reports that were due, and so I finalized a report on Monday. Monday was really kind of an office day between working on the report, which took me a number of hours to do, and then I attended a Job Alike virtual meeting. And then Tuesday, we did an end of year celebration for my department, if you will, and we went to a local brewery. Breweries and my gluten intolerance, gluten allergy don't necessarily go hand in hand, but this brewery didn't also sold other beverages that were not beer, and our server was very attentive to checking cross-contamination and things like that. So I kind of lived my worst nightmare in terms of the server coming back to our table repeatedly to say, actually, we can't accommodate that. And we had to start our order over multiple times. And it got to a point where I was ready to say, I'm not going to eat. You order what you want, and I'm just not going to eat. And I hate getting to that point. Wednesday and Thursday, I kind of bopped around and I didn't necessarily, this was capturing what was scheduled. And many of these things actually did not happen last week, but I did have some student behavior issues that I observed, helped manage, wrote notes on, made recommendations, post, debriefing, all of those things. I also did some report writing and I did some student observations, which I was hoping to do. And then on Fridays, I allocate my time at the middle school. Just gonna take a little sip of coffee. And all of the middle schoolers were on a field trip of some sort. So the building was empty. So I did my last 2 reports for the school year and got those edited, uploaded, all that good stuff. And gosh, it was a great day. Yesterday, I did do a workout. I went on the rowing machine and I also did a arms and lightweight. I have the Peloton app that I use, and they do a 10-minute arms and lightweight where you use a 2 or 3 pound weight and do a lot of reps in a short period of time, and I really like it. I did not do any YouTube filming. I did not clean my car. I did not write the check for an x-ray. I did not pay my copay for therapy, but I did start to work on my grocery order, and I did order the car cleaning stuff. So that is all set and ready to go. Now we will move on to Sunday. Before I touch Sunday, I'm going to get this week set up with the time-based things. Monday, June 10th, I had put in for a personal day a couple of months ago. I looked forward in my schedule. There were a few Mondays that I didn't have anything scheduled, so I put those in. And I believe at the time, this was before the snow day. So this was the last Monday of the school year with our week ending on Friday. Then we had a snow day, so we're actually going back next Monday. The day had originally been approved, but then that approval was rescinded. So what I'm doing instead is I'm doing an observation for an out-of-district student that we're looking to see if they're ready to come back into district. And that is going to last somewhere around 12:30. So that's the majority of the day. And then at 2:20, I have a lower elementary IEP meeting. And this is a current middle schooler that we're looking at for high school. And then I have these pencil boards that this actually came with the Hobonichi Hone, not with the washi sticker. I put that on, but it has a pen loop and it's clear, has the grid. This, like I said, this came with the Hobonichi Hone. And so I put that in between the pages while ink is drying, just so that the ink doesn't transfer to the next page. All right, now Tuesday, at 8:15. And all of these consults I'm going to be putting on my schedule, full transparency, they may all be canceled because it's the last week of school and there's nothing left to plan for. But I'm still going to go and see what the discussion is. So this is a lower elementary consult. What I might do next year is plan to get maybe either coffee and pastries or gift cards, but just as a thank you for all the people that collaborated so effectively throughout the year, and just give them a little nifty gifty at the last consult. But I did not budget for that this year. So this is an upper elementary. Whoops. That's not how you spell that. I'm going to wipe this out, but I need it to dry first. So we have a student. Sorry, I took a sip. A student this year who has made phenomenal progress. Absolutely phenomenal progress. And we want to make sure that that progress does not disappear next year. So we are doing a transition meeting to talk with the receiving team about what we learned this year and how they can translate that into starting off next year really well. And then we are doing a lower elementary space meeting. And no, I'm not talking outer space, I'm talking physical space, looking at what the free locations are in the building, and is there anything better than what we currently have, or how can we be utilizing space differently to help students that need movement breaks, help students that need a space to get regulated, and help students to be able to separate from peers who can't coach them to do better, so that they don't continue to practice the skill that, or the unexpected behavior that they're doing, and be able to have a conversation with an adult. So to kind of reset. And once we get that space identified and we're able to have the students practice that, those resets will take moments and then they'll return back to their instructional time. On this day, I'm going to be doing my final. It's probably really second to final, just because I know me, but I'll be doing my middle school data summary. I have a second middle schooler that I do these data summaries for. And then an upper elementary student that I do a data check. And I say data check because this student, as long as the data was input by somebody, I can just click a button on a slide deck to update the graphs with the most recent information. So that's a really quick process. I just need to make sure that the data is updated. So that'll be my Tuesday, just because Monday is going to be so kind of out of office, so to speak, with the at a district observation, and then the IEP meeting. All right, so 8:15, I have a lower elementary consult. Again, I don't know if that will actually happen. 9 o'clock, I have an upper elementary consult. Oh gosh. 10:20, I have an upper elementary IEP meeting. Last one of the school year. very excited. This next consult, the one that typically happens Wednesdays at 12:30, I know that that's not happening because we had an email chain last week saying, let's cancel them for the rest of the school year. This is not one that's related to an IEP service grid. It's more related to effective collaboration and best practices. And here's our lower elementary consult. And then at 4 o'clock, I have my therapy. All right, let's let that dry. Thursday at 8:15, I have another lower elementary consult. And I'm actually going to put plural because this is once a month. I have 2 consults at the same time, and I typically prioritize the one that only occurs once a month, but I'm not sure if either are going to happen. So we shall see. And 2 o'clock, middle school AIM. The 2:30 consult is not going to happen. That middle school teacher is going to be moving on in her career. So there's a celebratory party that she will be going to. And I unfortunately had an eye exam. I guess I'm writing eye care. That's so funny. I have an eye exam that was already scheduled because I want to make sure whatever my contact prescription is, it's as up to date as it needs to be before Greece. So I went ahead and booked that a few weeks ago. What I'll probably do is bring my son home, drop him off, then go to the eye exam, and then likely meet up after. So I guess let me just put that right here. Maybe. All right, and then Friday, there's a crisis team, which likely will be canceled, and a middle school consult, which likely will be canceled. And then that will be the end of my week. I need to, let me just think, is there anything that is day-based I need to do? I don't think so, but yeah, sorry, I'm just overthinking right now. So let me just throw this on for today. So Sunday, we are going to, I'm going to do a workout, update the budget, which should be set, although I'll probably place a grocery order, so I'll need to update it after that. Journal. I need to do some 5-year catch up. And then today's 5-year. So I'm working on the filming right now. I have a new paper that I want to film. And then 3 inks for Thursday. Grocery order. clean the car. And then I gotta figure out Father's Day menu. So if you've made it this far in my video, and can you drop a comment with what you either are planning to have for Father's Day or would like to eat for Father's Day? Because I've got to figure out what the menu is we're hosting. And I feel like it should be meat, but I don't know. And then I also need to think about a Greece shopping trip. So I've already got packing cubes. I've already got sunscreen. I've already got the travel toiletry bags. Each of us have a different color. Yeah, I gotta think about what are those last minute things that we need to get for Greece. I was jokingly considering getting the Apple AirTags and putting one on my son. But my husband told me to stop being a helicopter parent. So I'm fighting that urge. And then I've got to work on my Greece packing list some more. And then I've got to make a list of pre-Greece videos to film, because I want to have things scheduled for upload while I'm gone. And I might as well put on here clean fountain pens. It's a kind of rainy day, so I think it's the perfect day. It's not kind of rainy, it actually is rainy now. It's the perfect day to get some of these things done. All right, so that is it. I am going to sign off of this video, start my upload process, and start working on the next one. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a wonderfully productive week. Bye.